What is the median retirement income in the U.S.? So I thought I knew, because I know everything about annuities. I'm Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent. I'm licensed in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. But I did do a little bit of research on this to give you the stats, and the stats are troubling. Now, we're going to talk about solutions to that. Hopefully, you have enough means to do that, but I think we're going into a tough place in the country's history right now, and maybe it's always been like this, that retirement's not on the horizon for a lot of people. So I'm going to go over these stats as of today's date. You can check the taping after this. All right, so sit down. You're going to need to. The average for a household 65 or older, $56,000 per year. Individuals, $47,000 per year. Those are sobering. And I've been sober for 20 years. And I'm not making light of that. Lifetime income is the lifeblood of this country. Forget oil, forget eggs. It's lifetime income. Now, Social Security, which everybody owns, the best inflation annuity on the planet, no arguments, it's an annuity, it is, was not put on the planet by our lovely friends in DC to be the primary lifetime income source for most people. Unfortunately, it is the primary lifetime income source for most people. And that's the reason you see those stats right there, where they are, which is 56,000-ish for 65 and older, and for that's household, and then for individuals, 47. I saw a stat the other day. It's pretty sobering that the bottom 50% of the country pays between 2 and 3% in taxes. Top 10% pay over 70% in taxes. This isn't a tax lecture, but what that does show you is that bottom 50%, I always say their net worth is in their front right pocket, okay? And the vast majority of senior citizen baby boomers have an average of around $10,000 net worth. So for you to be asking that can be two things. Number one, you're worried, you want to actually add to your lifetime income stream. Annuities can do that. There's 4 types: single premium immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, qualified longevity annuity contracts, and income riders. You can go to my site. You can run quotes on all of those. You can download free owner's manuals on all of those so you can learn. You can email me, stan@theannuityman.com, and we can connect and talk about it. But lifetime income is going to be, it's going to be a political football coming up, okay? A long time ago, there used to be what's called defined benefit plans, which were pensions, but most defined benefit plans were converted into what's called defined contribution plans, and those are 401ks, 403b, 457. In other words, deferring growth, and then when you retire, it's up to you to turn that into a lifetime income stream. Hopefully that's grown enough to where you can buy lifetime income with annuities, and you can use those dollar amounts on my site. You can put lifetime income inside of an IRA, inside of a Roth IRA. So traditional IRA, Roth IRA, non-IRA can go in any type of account for lifetime income. But what I need you to do is focus on your income floor. That's Social Security. That's the money coming into your bank account every single month, kind of like clockwork. And if it's not enough, then you might want to consider adding a lifetime income stream annuity, and we would structure it so it'd pay for your life, but if you died early, the beneficiaries would get the money. That's a big misconception that, well, I don't want to buy an annuity because if I die, money goes poof. That's one of over 45 ways to structure it. And 1% of the immediate annuities we sell, and we sell more than anybody, are life only, and that's when they say, I don't want anyone to get the money. I want the highest payment. Life only is the highest payment. But most people do life with cash refund, life with installment refund, life with a 20-year period certain. They have a backstop in there in case something happens to them early in the contract because you've worked hard for the money. I mean, if this wasn't such a sobering topic, I'd probably sing was it Dinah Ross? Yeah, no. Who did Hard for the Money, see? I don't know. But it's good. I could do it. I might do it. But it's all about lifetime income. Chapter 2 is about you. Chapter 2 is about putting together that income floor. Now let's talk about that for a second as well. The median numbers I gave you, household 65 and over 56, individuals 47,000. The fortunate part about Social Security is the best inflation annuity on the planet. The next part I need you to listen to me. I don't care what anyone tells you, shows you, promises you, illustrates for you. There's not an annuity on the planet that solves for inflation. You can buy annuities with cost of living adjustment increases to the income, but the annuity company doesn't give that away. Just visually, here's the annuity without the increase, here's the one with the increase. For the people listening, I've got one hand above my head and one hand, around my stomach. Typically a 7 to 9 year break-even point for most people. Does it make sense? Most times, no. So how do you do inflation? How do you address inflation? Remember the income floor, and you have that amount that's coming in every month that you need to live well. If hyperinflation happens in the future and you say, okay, we need an extra $575 to make it happen and live well, then we do a reverse engineer quote solving for that $575 or whatever that amount is. You can do that reverse engineer quote on my site for free, under no obligation. I think last month there was over 1 million quotes run on the site. 1 million. That's crazy. I pay for it. I pay for every one. I'm not going to tell you how much, but I pay for every one because I want it to be something that you can quote and it not be a barrier to you. That you're not going to get a phone call. It's not like you're going to a car lot and somebody's following you around going, you want to buy? You want to buy? You want to drive it? You want to buy? No, we're going to leave you alone. And then I've written these owner's manuals so you can study up on it. I've done a few thousand videos so you can watch the thousands of videos that I've done as well. I've got a Fun with Annuities podcast that you can watch as well. I have guests on. And I do one video per day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's what I'm committed to do, to educate you on this, okay? So you're thinking about, when you ask that question, you're either saying, am I in the ballpark, am I low, or am I high? Either way, those numbers are pretty low. In the world that we live in today, check the data this time of this taping, just, gas prices are high. I was in California recently and saw the gas prices. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's crazy. But even, I spend most of the time in Florida. Our office is in Las Vegas, and I go back and forth between the two. Florida is even high right now. So it's going to get tough. And I think you're going to see politicians start talking more and more about basic income, like everybody getting a check. Don't know how that works mathematically. I saw where Elon Musk floated that the other day because he thinks AI is going to help with that. That's not how this country was built. This country was built on work ethic. But when it comes to lifetime income, that's where we specialize, okay? I love lifetime income. I left Wall Street to do this because people need lifetime income streams. People need to be able to take some of their 401k, some of their 403b, some of their IRA and convert it into lifetime income stream for both you and your spouse if that's applicable. And then make sure that 100% of the money goes to the beneficiaries if something happens to you early. But everybody in this country needs more pension type money. Everybody, without exception, or at least consider it. I did have a call the other day. Guy says, do I need lifetime income? He gave me his portfolio, and it was a big portfolio. I said, no, you don't. You don't need it. You really don't. So do me a favor. Go to my site and noodle around. No one's going to chase you. No one's going to call you, okay? And you can get a lot of free information there, and you can get quotes 24/7, 365. But do me one last favor. Above my head, I did a video on lifetime income, which is apropos for this topic, but also addressing it from how is artificial intelligence, AI, going to affect the annuity industry. I'm not political. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm contractual. We only look at the contractual guarantees of the policy unit for what it will do, not what it might do. But AI is going to change the game. It's going to lengthen out life expectancy sooner than later. You need to put that in the back of your head. Lifetime income is a bargain right now. All right? My name is Stan the Annuity Man. See you next time.